Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing good and having a good time. So in this video, I'm going to talk about another CIA class which is called High Volume Production. So if you want to learn about high volume production and know what the students do in that class, keep watching this video. Okay, so high volume production. This class is basically one semester after your fundies. So fundies, culinary fundamentals, is one semester long. After you finish that, your next semester you will have 5 kitchen classes, and high volume production is one of them. High volume production is basically the egg. Egg is our dining area, our like cafeteria kind of thing for students at the CIA. You go there, you have points on your ID. You pick one food, you swipe, and then you eat your food, you know? So yeah, high volume production is basically the egg. High volume production, also known as HVP, and it's basically where the students eat. High volume production means that you produce food for a lot of people, high volume, and each day approximately we basically served about 280 to 300 people. And there are 3 different shifts at the egg: AM shift, mid shift, and PM shift. We were in PM, and one challenge that our class was facing was that we had the least amount of students at the egg ever. We were only 6 students, and the rule is that at least 3 students got to be in one station, so we only could open 2 stations: grill and pasta. Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't that bad, like we didn't struggle. It was just not good that we had only 2 stations, you know what I mean? But it was totally fine. It was really nice. And high volume production, our prep time was longer than our service time, so we had to like manage to produce food for like 200 people, 300 people. And I don't exactly remember the hours, but just giving you an idea, we had to prep food for like 300 people in 2.5 hours, and then serve food for 4 hours. You know what I mean? So our prep time was shorter than our service time. That was nice. It basically like shows you that you gotta be fast, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta work clean, you gotta work with others. Teamwork is a big key in high volume production. And so basically our day would look like this. We would walk into, so there's a small room that before you enter the kitchen, you go there, chef talks to you, he tells you what ingredients we have, he tells you what we're doing, and you basically take notes, you talk to your teammates, and then you walk into the kitchen and prep food for 300 people, you know? And that was really nice. And game plans and timelines. So at the CIA, you basically have to make a game plan or timeline for most of your classes, I would say. But the egg or high volume production do not need any timelines, because it's really nice, because it's more like a real restaurant. Let's say you order something, you order like, I don't know, a box of tomatoes, but the vendor didn't bring the box of tomatoes, you know what I mean? So what should you do? You should like try to use another thing. You should like mark that out off the menu. So at the egg, you basically, your chef, whenever you walk into the class, your chef would tell you what ingredients we have and what we're making. That's really, really nice, you know? So yeah, no game plan, no timeline. And there's 2 parts in this class: online and hands-on. Online basically is through Moodle. You would go, there are a lot of key terms, there are a lot of study questions, quizzes, exams, you know, just like any other class. And what you would learn in the online portion of it, basically like different types of food corporations, different types of contracts between food corporations and like high populated areas like schools, colleges, jails, hospitals, all those stuff. You will learn about different like dining systems. Like the line system is basically like schools. You basically have a tray, you form a line, you go, you put your food in the tray, and then it's basically on the line, you know. But the egg is the scatter system, which means you have many different stations, and if 100 people just come into the egg, they all won't go to one station, and they all won't like form a very long line, you know. They all, like, 2 people would go to one station, 12 people would go to another, 15 people would go to one, 8 people would go to another. So it doesn't show that there are a lot of people, you know what I mean? But if it was only one station and like 100 people come into the egg, imagine how long would that line be, you know what I mean? And your chef will basically give you 3 demos: fresh mozzarella, how to make fresh mozzarella, dry curing salmon, and the starter for dough, the starter for sourdough. My favorite one was salmon, because I've never dry cured something, so that was my first time seeing it happen. And it was basically a mixture of salt, pepper, a lot of aromatic herbs, and a lot of zest. We basically topped the salmon with this mixture and then plastic wrapped it, let it sit for a couple of days, and then when we opened it, the salmon was very stiff because all the moisture was out. Salt and pepper took all the moisture out, and when you take the moisture out of something, you basically limit the growing process of bacteria because there's no moisture in it, you know. And that was really nice. It was full of flavor. And I think depending on which chef you have, you'll have different demos. Like maybe one chef won't do salmon, maybe one chef won't do mozzarella, and he would do another thing, you know what I mean? Alright everyone, so this was basically the high volume production class, HVP, the egg. I hope you learned something. I hope I gave you some useful information. And if you have any questions, any comments, anything, drop it down below. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and until the next video, I will see you all later. Thank you.